All right, and welcome everyone to Pandagasms. Hey, I am your lovely host, Panda, and this is my lovely guest tonight, Miss Shandu.
Yes, hello, thanks for having me.
Hi, honey. How are you? Long time no see.
No, I'm good. I'm great. Life is wonderful.
Isn't it?
It's wonderful.
It is.
Yes.
Life is definitely what you make it, and
Absolutely.
when life starts to life, you just have to remain in gratitude and remember that we're still here. We get another chance to make it better. It is.
Remember that.
It is. Gratitude is definitely key in being delulu.
Delulu?
Delusional.
No. No.
Yes.
That don't work for me.
It doesn't. It works for me. I always.
No. I got to be. Maybe that's my problem. I be too much into the reality.
Oh no!
things.
Leave reality. Be like Alice in Wonderland. Leave.
No, because then now I'm going to start being like Ally McBeal.
Oh,
now I'm
I
imagining,
missed that show.
I loved, in my mind, it's Ally McBeal. Because in my mind, I got 4x4s. We doing a lot in our mind.
And that's okay. That is absolutely A-okay.
Right? Was it a rabbit or a dog dancing? I don't have that, but...
I think she had a rabbit.
Right.
Ally McBeal, I think she did have a rabbit. So, it's been a while since we've seen each other.
Yes.
What have you been up to? So wait, just to give some history, Shandu and I know each other from high school.
Yes.
At Latin Academy. Shout out to the Dragons.
Right,
BLA.
Right. I'm class of 2000. What was you?
Class of 01.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's basically the same class.
Yes,
Basically,
yes and no, because those
subject matter.
Yeah, because we had a lot of classes together, and I think class of 01 and class 2000. Wait,
It was close. Yeah, we were I think the closest.
Yeah, a lot of
classes.
us. So we started talking because of your lovely business that you have. So let's start off with that. Talk to me about your business.
Okay, so it's evolving.
With the samples that you forgot.
My throat needs to clear that crazy. So, okay, my business is named Sacred Changes. And it's named so because I'm a spiritual person, and the whole journey of your spiritual, everything you evolving, it's sacred. You know what I mean? The changes are sacred. They're ordained by God, the spirits, whoever, the universe, whatever. So that's how I kind of came up with that name. And then it also is representation, representative. What is the word?
Representation?
Yes, that word. Representative of me, of my personal self, because it's my name. You know what I'm saying? So my name meaning, Shandu. So that's part of it. So the company is about self-love and empowerment. So for me, I've had a lot of trauma. This is kind of, we'll go into that, but I recently had a trauma. And so just all the traumas that I've gone through, I've learned to love myself. You know what I'm saying? Through all the things. You got to go through the self-awareness. You got to do the shadow work. And most importantly, so that's a part of Sacred Changes too, the shadow work. And I've always been an herbalist, and I care about crystals and all those things. I'm into that energy, all of that. So within my business, I incorporate all of that into my products. And my products came about because during COVID, we were in lockdown, and prior to that, I was massaging. And in lockdown, I couldn't massage, and my clients was asking me, and I'm like, I'm not coming to see y'all. So then
So hold on, they didn't figure out a way to do massages from online.
I was not going to do how you.
I don't know.
Online? You can't. No massages. You got to touch people. You can't do
You got to figure out a way that you can like have gloves delivered to their house or something, and the gloves will touch them or something.
I don't like
make a replica of your hand. No,
I didn't want to do that because the gloves is plastic, latex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You need to be skin to skin. You know what I'm saying? You need to be there. And so even with the mask,
we got to figure out a way to do massages virtually.
Listen, I wasn't messing with it. And I do make colloidal silver also. So at that time I was making colloidal silver and I was taking it, but I still was not going into certain people's house because if I don't know you personally, I don't know how clean you are using bleach, ammonia, I don't know. So I just said, listen, I'm gonna make this oil. So I use chamomile, arnica, rosemary, different herbs. I put it together, infused it for like two weeks, a month or whatever, I don't remember. And that oil was Boss. So that's what kind of started me in the journey. So 2 years ago, I got injured at work and couldn't go back to work. And so I'm like, what you gonna do? Utilize your skills. Skills are transferable. So I said, all right, make a little body butter, because I was telling you outside of mixing the cocoa butter and the shea butter together because my skin, like, we need real moisture, you understand? So I said, I'm gonna make my own thing. So I made body butter last year. And so since then, I just been making different body butters. And so again, when I do things, it has to make sense. So I'm like, you could be making body butter that smell good. Everybody's doing that. But like, what are you, my essence in it? So I came up with a grounding body butter that has cedar wood and vetiver and different type of oils to help you stay grounded, which they actually work because I have it on now. And normally I think I would be shaking a little anxiety. I'm feeling good right now. You feel me? And I also have a self-love oil, which has roses and jojoba, and it's very silky and velvety. And then, you know, Jen from high school, Jen Collins?
No.
White girl Jen?
No.
Okay, anyway, Jen from high school.
Jen
Right, big up Jen from college, from high school, Jen Collins. She asked me to make a face lotion for her. And she just gave me the ingredients and I made it. And I'm like, yo, that's like, so that's how Sacred Changes came about. And so within that, I also use astrology because I'm big on astrology. You know what I mean? The moon, different cycles, like, you know. So all of that is what Sacred Changes is because that's all us and it's sacred. Every change you make, there's a reason. Everything is for a reason, a time,
I agree.
a season. You know what I mean? So
I have a quick question, not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
What about this full moon in Virgo that we're in right now?
Listen, I didn't
it's
even
way off topic.
Listen,
way
I didn't even really get to the full moon in Virgo because I'm still coming out that Mars retrograde that we just had. That was my whole crash out. It was about emotional release and all type of stuff. And when I looked at it, I said, why didn't you read this app before? You need to be up on these things, girl, because now you could know how to regulate and navigate life if you actually follow these things. So I didn't even get to that full moon yet because I already know the full moon, whatever. And in Virgo, that's probably good because it's helping me kind of stay grounded and practical. And that's why I've been kind of on. I've been more thinking about this eclipse season coming. Okay, we got a blood moon eclipse coming, and that's a lot of emotional release. And I'm like, okay, girl, get some things together, okay?
All of this.
Get my journal going and my voice note, you know what I mean? Because self-awareness, you know what I mean? Like, I know myself. I had Reiki done on Monday, right? Because I'm like, listen, you've been going through a lot, girl. You gotta clear some shit out. And I had already been working on stuff to release, you know what I'm saying? So since the Reiki, I released a whole lot and kind of just been crying. And I don't even know what I'm crying about, but I'm like, listen, just let it flow. Listen, I feel sad today. I don't know why I'm crying. You just have to let the shit flow.
Feelings feel.
You know what I'm saying? Self-awareness. I don't feel my best. I don't know. Leave me alone. I'm cranky. I'm hungry. You know, you gotta keep it real. Let people know, you know, so I don't know. So I don't know, to answer your question. I haven't been looking into that. I've only been looking into my personal stuff.
Gotcha.
I've been taking wormwood and golden seal because I realized they have, even though like wormwood is good for warm, like a worm. Sorry, I'm saying it. Wormwood. Worm, like the little insect.
Left in my
wormwood is good for removing parasites out your body and different things. And golden seal is good for cleaning out your blood. And I remember when I was young, my father used to be smoking weed, and every time he had to go to court and do a P test, he went and got the golden seal, okay? So listen,
so y'all need to clean. I guess people are going to take note of that as well.
Right. So so just work on healing. I looked up the spiritual and esoteric significance of it, and it helps with self-empowerment and releasing emotional stuff. So I've been taking that. And that's all I've been kind of doing. I didn't like that full moon. I don't know yet. Did you look into it?
No, I haven't. I just knew.
What happens to you around the full moon?
It depends.
Why you asked about that?
Because you said you're into astrology.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I didn't look into that yet. Okay, I feel you. I didn't look into that yet. But the eclipse, which is coming, you might want to look into that one.
Let's do a little quick rewind about the crash out.
Oh, yes.
That you just mentioned.
Yes.
Because that is initially the reason why we ended up here. Right. So our first topic for tonight is surviving surviving a
Yes.
So,
yes.
Let's go. Like,
where are we going to start with this?
Let's just dive right in.
Where are we going to start? Yeah.
It's your story, so you can start wherever.
The story is just so... Okay, let's start with why I crashed out, right?
Go ahead.
So I have been dealing with the man. I met him on Facebook dating, right? 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Go ahead.
The fall of 2022, I left work on his birthday. It was on my last day at work because it was crazy with the concussion.
And when is his birthday?
November 15th. He's a Scorpio.
And you're an Aquarius.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So met him Facebook dating, got to know each other. You know, you go through all the questions, single, whatever, right?
And he said he was single?
He's single, whatever, right? I'm single, whatever.
Single? No, sir. Go ahead, though.
He said he's single.
Okay.
He said he was single. He don't want to be in no relationship, whatever, right?
So why is he on Facebook dating if he
actually,
doesn't
at that
be
point in
a
time, he didn't say that. He didn't say that at that point in
Okay.
time. That came later on, right? Where he just wanted to be single and live. You know how they just like, I want to be single. Actually, he started wanting to be single in the summertime. And I was like, okay, I understand it. Go be
And you guys
single
met
in the
in
summertime.
November.
We met in like
So
the
his
fall.
season started to change.
Right. So we would
Fall
sleep.
time, he
fall,
wanted a cuddle
winter,
buddy. Summertime.
springtime, he was cool. Summertime, it's like,
Gotcha.
okay, I want to be free.
Okay,
All right,
I'm
cool.
following. Go ahead.
Whatever, right? So when I met him, he had this friend, a female friend, right? And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, that's your friend, or like that's your friend with benefits? Like, what kind of friend is this? Because it seemed like y'all might be a little bit more than friends.
Hold on, real quick question. So at this time now, are you and him still friends, or are you guys official?
Okay, so I need to back up.
Yeah, because we missed something.
I need to back up. Okay, so when
I
we
need all
first
the
met,
tea.
right?
I need all the tea.
When we first met, I don't know how soon. So me personally, like, I need to sample the shit. Like, I need to know what I'm working with before
When you
I
say
invest.
sample.
I need to see what the penis is
Oh, okay.
working
I
with.
just need
Okay,
clarity.
like I do.
Just in case
I need
anyone
to
else
see.
out there
I
that
need to know
is watching or listening was
and
confused.
you know, I'm working on that. So this is something that came out of that whole thing. I'm like, Shandu, that needs to not be so important. Like, but sex is important to me. Like, it needs to be good, or I'm not going to
And
stick
there's nothing
around.
wrong
You
with
know what I'm
that.
saying? So I need to know what I'm working with before I actually invest all this time. Like, I don't know how people be engaged for a long time and never have sex before the fucking wedding night, and now you fucking disappointed as fuck. You stuck with this person. Nah, man. I need to know what is going on prior, within like a week of me meeting you. I'm gonna get curious. You know what I'm saying? We talking all these things. I need to know before, you know what I'm saying? So we was talking for a while. Then I don't remember how soon after we did the do, right? So we did the do. Both of us was happy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, it could, if we work on this, it could get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could reach the place where it needs to be. You know, the first time be a little like awkward, whatever. Like, it was cool though. It's like, this is cool, right? So then now, we Caribbean, right? He's Bayesian.
Where you from? Oh,
We
okay.
Caribbean, right? I'm Jamaican. He's Bayesian, right?
Okay.
And so you start talking, the Caribbean community is small. So
Very.
then I think somehow
Boston is already small.
I call it a small city town.
Yeah.
It's a small city town. Everybody knows everybody.
Yes.
If you don't know that person, somebody in your
knows them that
circle
knows them.
knows something
This
about
is
that
true.
person.
Go ahead.
All the circles I'm looking at this connect for, like all them shits interconnect.
They
Like
integrate,
they
yeah.
all, you know what I'm
Go ahead.
saying?
So y'all met November.
So yeah, and we the same age, right?
Okay, go ahead.
80s baby. So he said, maybe he said something about going to Dorchester High School or being in an after party. So I'm like, is my baby father to the whole world, right? I don't even like to tell people that.
I don't know who
because
that is, but okay.
Good. See? Perfect, right? So is my baby father, right? So because of that, I'm like, all right.
Should I delete that?
No,
No,
you don't
you can
have
keep
to.
it. You
No,
don't have to
that's
delete
fine.
anything.
No. No, right? Because the man said you should start announcing to people that is your baby. I'm like, why?
Who
Who
said
does
that?
that? The stupid narcissist we talking about.
Don't
I'm
take
like,
advice from a
not-
narcissist.
As soon as I
Didn't
meet
you learn
somebody,
that?
I'm not. I'm like,
What?
I'm not announcing first thing when I meet you who my baby for. Like, why do I need to do that? We need to why I need to announce that? What if they got beef in the street so you want to come look for me on some bullshit? Oh yeah, maybe take that out. Yeah, maybe take that out. You got me on live here and shit. You know what I'm saying? How much people is watching this? Oh, okay.
Enough is
all right.
watching it. Make
but
sure
you
y'all
know
share the
what?
live, 'cause,
Listen.
honey, surviving a narcissist. I know some of us may or may not be able to relate. However, tune in.
So this is the part now, right?
Okay.
So me and my baby father we're not together. The child
Obviously
is
not
12
if you-
and the child is 12 years old. He is living his life.
Okay. So therefore, he's not relevant.
He's not, to me, he's not relevant.
For you to disclose
No,
this information
we
to someone
care
that
enough about
you don't
each
even,
other.
that you just started sharing genitals fluids with. He's
What?
not that relevant.
Right.
Y'all just met.
Why you need to know? I mean,
Why?
you See now, just see. Okay, anyway.
Keep going. Fast forward now. Okay,
Like,
so we got past all that.
We need
now
to
you
do
guys
things
are in a.
differently.
Now
So
we're here in the
we're
summertime.
having a
Fast
sexual.
forward.
No. We got to go back there, right? So we had the relations.
Okay,
right?
y'all liked
and so
it.
now we talking about, I don't know, maybe it was an after party or whatever, right? So I'm had to tell him like, yo, you know, he's like, yeah, I went to high school with him, da 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 da, and I'm like, yeah, that's my baby father. So he's like, oh. Damn, I really know him. Like, you know, the community, his parents
But y'all
know
already
each other.
did the do, so does it really matter now?
So, girl, this is where I'm at. He's like, oh, he can't really, that bothers him. He had a problem with me being baby mother. And I'm like, well, if you got a problem, we need to just leave it alone now. He's like, no, blah, blah, whatever. So we kept on dealing, right? Because I'm like, I don't care. Ain't gonna care. Like, why don't you go and talk to him? If you say that's your friend, be a man. Go talk to him and see whatever, however he feels.
This already started crazy. Right? This already started crazy.
So I'm like, okay, whatever.
Hold on, real quick though. What if he was planning this? What if he already knew that that was your child's father, your children's father, and had narcissists they're strategic. You know, they plan their steps.
I don't think he really knew. I believe you, but I don't. Yeah, I'm with you with that, but I don't think
genuinely think he didn't know.
He didn't know.
Okay, I'm just playing.
He didn't know.
Playing my part. Go ahead.
So
now he's like, no, I'm cool with it. So if he was going to be okay with it, again, why was it relevant? I guess for him to have the opportunity to choose. Transparency.
Wait, say that again.
Why, if he didn't care who it was going to be and he was going to stay anyway, why was it relevant for him to know?
Girl, I don't.
Was it just so that he had the opportunity to choose?
He was saying that had I told him in the beginning, he would have left me alone.
But you did tell him in the beginning. Y'all just smashed. Like,
One
okay,
time,
boy, bye.
Right. So
go your way.
You can go your way, but he didn't want to go his way.
The cat was sweet, oh God. Okay,
Whatever.
I get it.
I'm still trying to understand it. Like, I'm still trying to understand.
Keep going. So he says, I'm going to stay. So now y'all boyfriend, girlfriend.
We dealing or whatever. And yeah, like, I'm thinking, you know, we building and shit, whatever. So I'm like, okay. Then the summertime comes.
Now he want to be single.
Up. He want to be single.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay.
Now, when you say acting up, what was he doing?
Oh, I want to be outside. I'm busy. Da 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 da. Like, I'm single. We not together. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, but okay, well, let me leave you alone. Nah. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, we just fucking. Okay, fine. We just fucking. Friends with benefits situation, whatever.
And then fall came, and did he want to come back?
And then this is how the cycle came. You know what I'm saying? And then it got to a point where I'm like, listen, I'm not a fucky person. If I'm dealing with you, I'm dealing with you only. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be outside dealing with all these people, like, I'm not okay with that. But I'm like, God, Boston is the way how it is. The West Indian community, I'm like, okay, let me see if I could find somebody else. You're not really finding nobody else. So you just kind of stick with that same person, right? So this is where I am, sticking with the same person. So then this past holiday season, I'm like, you know what? We're not doing this no more, right? So I'm like, okay, fall back, right?
What did you not want to do no more? The back and forth?
The back and forth, there was a lot of arguing because there was disrespect. I told you he put his hands on me. It was just a lot of things. Like, what I would say is that every time something happened, some negative something, argument over some stupid shit, we would talk about it. And we would communicate about whatever the issue is, you know what I'm saying? And we would come to a place where it's like, okay, we understand what the problem is and we would move on. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of sweetness was he telling you to make you want to stay?
It really was just the sexual relations. That was really it. And yes, we used to talk.
So
really
you was cock-fused.
Stigmatized.
Got it. You were cock-fused. I understand.
And
you was cock-fused. He confused. Everybody just fused.
Listen, I don't meet too many fucking men. You know what I'm saying?
And that's probably a good thing because
it was good. You know what I'm saying? So I said, let me stay here for a little bit because.
But wait, that little bit turned into 2 years.
I'm not somebody to be out. I don't be outside like that.
You don't need to be outside. You met him on Facebook dating. You said you was inside.
I met the one person. I was cool. Like, I'm good. Like, and that was like, I'm good. This is my last. I'm tired of these men. I'm good. Like, this was my last little thing.
So, quick question: the time frame that you met him, was it also around the time that you said you had stopped working?
Yes.
So do you think that was kind of like
trauma bond?
Yeah.
In hindsight, looking at it now, trauma bond.
Because sometimes you're feeling down or not, you want to try a little something.
Trauma bond.
Think it will bring some spice to your life, and then it's not the spice you was looking for.
It was.
not what you were looking for.
Anyways, so we got past all of that. Okay. I'm like, you got this friend. There was a time when I was
the friend. We was discussing the friend.
The friend wasn't always a thing, but every time I seen her, when I first seen her, I did not like her energy. I was like, nah, I don't like her. And I'm a person, I'm going to separate myself. Like, everybody's chilling, I'm going to go over here and do my own thing.
Did he want y'all to chill?
He was trying to have us, like, chill, like, meet each other. Like, he introduced us to each other. Like, oh, this is my friend, whatever.
And she was, what kind of
she was, with it too? Like, she's very quiet and kind of like... I don't really know. To me, the energy is very sneaky and snaky, and I don't like it because it's like you can't really trust it. I don't really know, right? So I just like I'm not liking that. I don't have to be involved. Like I could go over here, sit in my car, roll my spliff, whatever. I don't have to be engaged with y'all, right?
Tell us about the narcissistic behavior that you realized he was a narcissist, though, because the whole topic.
There's no accountability. There's no accountability. There's a lot of gaslighting, making you feel like you're wrong. I'm trying to explain to you, like, this is what you did wrong. No. It's you. Like, no, there's no accountability. And there's some other stuff right now that because I was trying to follow that string. You just kind of jumped into that. But,
because, girl, we got an hour and still got another topic. So it's kind of like.
But we didn't really get into the whole full crash out yet. When I woke up to the voice message.
So let's get to the crash out.
Right, so this is why I was trying to just kind of jump forward about the girl. So I seen the girl one time. He came to serve me some weed at the field, and she was on the back of the scooter. And remember, I had already met her one time. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, that's his friend. So I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like, is this your bitch?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like that?
I did.
Ooh, was she in earshot of this?
Drinking and the alcohol, and I don't know, like, is
everything
that your
just
bitch?
Took
like,
over. Right.
Is that your girl? Is that your bitch? Like, what's going on here? No, just not, whatever. And I'm like, nah, something don't seem right. And I'm like, so I got upset, and my cousin Zakora was there, and she reminded me that. She was like, I remember that girl, and I remember the situation. She was like, and you got loud about it, and the bitch didn't say nothing. I was like, yeah, I remember that too. I'm like, she didn't say nothing. I seen her another time in the party over by Shrimpy, and I was like, yo, we have a mutual friend in common. She's like, who? I told her the name. She's like, who's that? I told her her next name. She's like, who's that? I'm looking at her like, you know who I'm talking about. And I don't know what happened. Somebody called my name and distracted me. So I was like left. So
you was outside causing a scene?
I don't usually be outside causing scenes, but sometimes. No.
Yes or no?
No, I wasn't really causing a scene.
Not really, but maybe a little one?
Just a little small.
So a little scene?
Just a little small little thing. But anyway,
okay.
And that was like summers before. That might have been the first summer we was talking, where I'm like, who's this
all right,
girl?
so you met her. Now let's fast forward to the voicemail.
He always was like, no, we got to get through all of this, girl. He always was like, that's just my friend. I don't really like her.
What do you say? He's just
like,
a friend.
She be selling her pussy and all these different things. I got to go through all of this.
All the lies and the manipulation.
Like, right, you understand. So I'm like, so you can see how you know? So he's like, nah, she be selling her pussy, she be finessing men, blah, blah, blah. We just, they have their little go out to the club crew, right? And I'm like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you got to give men the benefit of the doubt. Like you say, that's just your friend, so...
I don't want to seem like I'm jealous. I don't want to be insecure. Like, okay, trying to trust you.
Trying to trust you, trust your word, whatever.
I don't want to
you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't have no evidence, so whatever. So then he's like, oh yeah, and I used to talk to her sister, so I ain't really messing with her, right? Okay, fine. Moving forward now, I kind of stopped messing with him around this holiday season. I don't remember if we messed around or what, but I know that December came and he called me, he texted me and asked me for some money. And I'm like, I ain't really messing with you like that right now, but we be talking now and then and shit. And this is the thing too. He always used to call me after work, after his day, whatever, talk about his day, talk about his baby mama drama, talk about his family issues, all these things. I used to sit and listen to all this shit. So during that holiday season, we wasn't really having the sexual relations, but we was kind of talking. So he's telling me he's starting his business and he's like, he need $400. So I'm like, when he asked me for it, I'm like,
what kind of business was this?
A trucking business. Oh. Picking up loads and shit, right?
So wait, I think Javi has some questions.
You got questions?
Pull up your mic, Javi.
You got questions?
Javi got questions.
So damn, That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot, bro. And for someone like me, like my ears, someone who's like, I was thinking about how long I've been with my wife, and it's been like, even before marriage, it's been like 20 years plus by this point.
Y'all were together for a minute before you got married.
Yeah. So all this just, I'm just like, God damn. Like, how do you, I don't know how people get, I don't know anybody in this story. I just met you today. You seem like a very like cool person. You definitely seem like you put your heart on your sleeve, right? Like, I think you do crash out because you don't seem like someone that hides how you feel, right? And I'm getting a little Roxbury from you, so I don't know. Dorchester. I mean, that's almost as good. For me, like if I'm having relations with someone, right? Like if we're doing anything like that, like you're my girl, like, and I've always been like that. Like I don't know.
So wait, quick question.
Yeah, I mean that's just what it is.
It's
so
mine.
Quick question.
Right.
Once you guys start having relations, you're in a relationship now. You're my girl.
You know,
you're my man.
No,
I'm just making sure I'm hearing correctly.
Listen,
so
I got
that the people
my girl was 19
on the live.
Listen,
can hear this.
Once
they have relations, you're my boyfriend now, or you're my girlfriend.
If I'm giving you myself,
and tell me in the comments if that's how you are.
Listen,
also, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just making sure that the people that are watching
and I
understand what's happening over here.
Y'all be tripping. I be listening to your. I've been listening to a couple episodes of the Pandagasms that I wasn't involved with. In particular, one where you had a bunch of like. A group of men, one was married, a couple were single, and people got all these stipulations like, yo, I gotta date a girl for 8 days, and on the full moon with Mercury's in retrograde, then I gotta show her my bank account, and then we gotta compare credit scores. Nah, nigga, y'all are fucking, y'all are together, bro. Like, listen, this is the problem.
So once we have sexy time, we're now in a relationship.
Yeah, anything, when you're having sex with somebody, that's a risk you're taking, right? You're taking a risk to entwine your life with that person.
So the fall came, he asked me for the money, right? Then the New Year's came, right? And one of my son's father came up from Florida to spend time. So he was in the house. I'm like, you came to spend time with your son, stay in the house. No, we're not sleeping in the same bed. You can sleep over here, but stay in the house. You don't need to be in a hotel and pay all that extra money. It's the holidays. So while we was out cleaning out my car, because that's what he used to do anyway, clean my car out, like, oh, thank you, because goddamn, clean this shit, right? So I'm there with him, cleaning the car, and I was also doing laundry at the same time. So the dude called me, I call him the Bayesian. The Bayesian calls me, and he's like, yo, I got scammed, right? And I'm like, whatever. So he's like, I'm gonna get that money back to you, but it's gonna take some time. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm thinking about his situation. I'm like, you ain't never really gonna, like, that money is gonna take a long time to come back just because of his situation, right? And I'm like, you behind on your rent, your car's fucked up, the truck, the da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, that money ain't coming back to me. So I was like, yo, just hold that money. Just hold it. Just don't even worry about it, right? He's like, nah, I'm gonna pay you back the money, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, all right, whatever. You gonna give me some? Like, aside from this whole money situation, it's been a while. Can I get some? And I don't even know if I asked him then for that. Like, no, I didn't because I wasn't really dealing with him, but he had asked me for some. I'm like, no. Then I think we was going back and forth because I'm like, we don't really need to be dealing because you got a problem with my baby father, and that's your problem of why you say you don't want to be with me. But you've been fucking me for 2 years, B. But you don't want to be with me. So
but you also really allowed it, though. So then I allowed there's that
and
part,
this is
too.
Why in my crash out, I did have accountability. I'm like, I allowed this shit. Like, why did I allow it? You know what I'm saying? So in all of that, I'm like, okay, you allowed it because it was the illusion of being with somebody. You didn't want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? That's part of it. You know what I'm saying? And then the sexual relations. I don't want to be outside having to be friggin' this one, that one, whatever. Right. You got to be in a rotation. Listen, when I call you within 48 hours, you should either give me some or you should have an excuse or a next plan of, okay, when you going to give me some? Okay, like that's just what it is. Because if you call and you request me,
she said what she said.
I'm going to try to meet your need. Like, okay, what am I doing? Okay, let me see, make some space. You make room for people who's important to you. Okay, right. Whatever. You need some attention. Okay, let me come through. Why I gotta keep asking you three times? I shouldn't have to ask you by the second time. Come on, D.
By the second time, I feel like I'm begging. I shouldn't even have to ask. You know, it's been a while. Send the eyes. You know what's up.
At that point, I'm like, I'm not gonna keep asking you. Like, I'm gonna just stay over here till I find somebody, find my little toy friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good, because this out here is crazy, right? So with my toy friend. So like this, he borrowed the money and he's like, I'm gonna give you the money back. I'm like, whatever. So we're talking from, that's like December, my birthday's in January. So between all that time, he's like, I'm gonna give you the money back. I'm like, just hold the money, right? Then it came to a point because he kept telling me he's gonna give me the money back. I'm like, fuck it. Yeah, give me the money because you got an L. Because you got an L don't mean I should take your L too. Fuck it. You want to give me the money back? Give me the money back. Whatever. He's like, all right, I'm going to give you the money. He sent me $100 Cash App. And I was like, all right.
With the rest.
That wasn't $400.
It was $400. I sent him all that.
No, I'm saying he sent you $100, not $400.
Right, yeah, that wasn't $400.
I sent him $400 one time via Cash App. He sent me back because he got scammed. So now he was trying to make money. You know what I'm saying? To put himself in a better position, but he got scammed. So now, you know, he didn't even have the money. He borrowed it. So it's going to take time.
Can I interrupt? Mm-hmm. All right. I usually don't interrupt this much, but I'm listening to you. And I just want to just give you a hug.
Me too.
And tell you that you need to just come. You got to come to a realization that, you picked a horrible individual for what you needed at that time. Because everything you're telling me as a man, and I'm talking about like, you guys were the same age, right?
Yeah.
Right, 80s, baby.
Couple of months
Right,
older,
like,
but yeah, we the same age.
I don't judge people based on their financial situations.
Me neither, right.
I don't do that. Because I've been in the lowest, I've been in the highest, I've been all over. So I don't judge that. But what I do judge people is by their words and their actions. And everything you're presenting. And it's not even like you're trying to shine. And I can trust your word on this because you're not trying to show him in a negative light. I don't hear that from you. But it sounds like you're kind of making excuses for why you were with someone like that. Right? At the end of the day, it sounds like he had a good dick, but he also had poor life skills. Right? And it's like at our age, right? There's certain things that you should have learned in life at this point as a man. Right? Like, I understand borrowing $400 from you, right? He's low. He has a plan to start a trucking company. I don't know what trucking company you're going to start with $400, but whatever. You might have some partners.
He already had the trucking company established.
All right, whatever. Well, I'm not even, and again, this is I don't know him. This ain't a judgment. I'm just really going off of what you're saying, right? And then not only that, he borrows the money and you tell him, hold that. And he keeps on telling you, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. That sounds like an ego. Someone that's driven by ego and insecurity, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Do you take accountability for that choice and for allowing yourself to maintain that, which sounds like a very toxic relationship?
Absolutely, I do.
For 2 years.
Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
Because I allowed it. That's what I'm saying. I allowed it. And this is the thing. When I was telling you, I'm like, this is something to learn from this whole situation for females, men, whatever. Because a lot of times we meet people and you get that gut feeling like there's something ain't right here, or you see the red flags and you're like, nah, it's gonna get better, or you know what I'm saying? Like I saw all of that. I ignored it. And you telling me you got a problem with my baby father, but you can't be with me because of my baby father, but you still like, why didn't I leave it alone?
The emotional roller coaster.
Every time that I did try to okay, just leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? It was always like, nah, well, maybe this, or, you know, we never know with time, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, why don't you just go to him and have a conversation? So eventually I went to my baby father, like, yo, you know this dude? Y'all went to high school together.
She said, let's wrap this up because I can't deal with the back and forth.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not with that.
Huh?
Do you shoot people?
Who?
The child father.
No, he just have after parties all the time.
The way it sounded, it kind of sounded.
Right, so.
No, he has after parties.
Oh, because they party together?
Yeah, because they know each other from high school, and he be in his after parties all the time. He see him all the time, so, you know, it feels funny. But if that's your friend, like you say, why wouldn't you just go and talk to him? And then if that was really your friend, why the fuck you don't know about me?
There's that part.
Just feel like if that was really, really your friend, you should know.
They're acquaintances.
This is what I'm saying. So I'm like, y'all are not really friends, so you should stop using that as an excuse. Like, You don't want to be with me, just say you don't want to be with me. You want to be a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, just say that, but don't hold that as an excuse. And then he keeps saying, oh, I have integrity. That's why, because that's my friend. Like, no, you have no integrity because that's your friend and you fucking off your friend's baby mother. And meanwhile, you didn't have no conversation with him about it, and it's been going on for a long time. And you see him in the after party, you be shaking his hand and all kind of shit, and you still did not have a conversation with that man. I told the man, this is what's going on. You know him? He's like, yeah, whatever. He's probably not going to be serious. I'm like, yeah, because he's saying that I'm the baby mother, whatever. And I'm like, all right, whatever. But, you know, I'm like, maybe I'll meet somebody new, you know, but I never did because I wasn't really outside. So
what led to the crash out?
What led to the crash out? So we had stopped talking. Like I said, the New Year's came, that's when the money and all of that, right? We wasn't having no relations. My birthday's in January. All that time, I've been with my toy friend. That shit's a Band-Aid. Listen, I'm not a lesbian, okay? I like a man. I need to have that thing. That toy friend is only a Band-Aid, okay? And I just like the little vibrating ones too. Like the penetrating one, I ain't with that because I need a man for that, okay? So after brown, don't be working. Females, y'all know
Stay
what I'm talking about.
The crash out.
It don't
Stay
be
focused.
Working, right?
The crash out.
So I said, it's my birthday. Let me go get some good, you know, at least I know it's going to be good, whatever. So I called him like, yo, can I get some? I ain't got none in so long, whatever. He's like, all right, come through. And I'm like, it's just one time because we know we're not supposed to be doing this. Like just one time, whatever. He's like, all right, through, whatever. He's like, you sure? Because you know you can't handle it, whatever. I'm like, it's not that you be bullshit, but we ain't even go into all of that. Could we just do this one thing and move on, right? So the night I was there, his phone rang, right? And the shit, his body language was funny. But I didn't say nothing because we ain't really been dealing. What I'm going to say? You got a bitch calling you. I can't say nothing. We're not together. I just, whatever. So he's like, oh, what you got to say? And I'm sitting there like, I don't got nothing to say. Like, I'm chilling. Like, he keep pressing the shit. So eventually I'm like, what do you want me to say? Like, that's your girl? Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we have this thing. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to just go because I didn't come here for all of this argument. You know what I'm saying? So 3 times some shit went on while I was sitting there. We was drinking and smoking and chilling and talking. And I'm like, let me just go because we're going to keep arguing. And every time he's like, no, I don't want you to go. And I'm like, well, why don't you fucking act right? You know what I'm saying? So got past that, whatever, went home. My birthday's January 24th. That was the 25th, right? So then we go into February. I did a pop-up in February. That time we was like talking on the phone. Then he's telling me about some shit about his baby mother put him on child support. This nigga's crashing out about it because, oh my God. And so he's venting all of this to me.
What led to your crash out?
Right, so the crash out, right? So then we come up to, I had to go through the days to go through the timeline, right? So now we get to Valentine's Day week, right? So Wednesday, before Valentine's Day, he called me. He's like, yo, you want some? He texted me. He's like, you want some? I said, oh, yeah, sure. What's up? Let me go get some. Because, you know, again, the toy friend is only a Band-Aid, right? So, all right, let me go get some. Go get some. I went out to the mix that weekend, the previous weekend. So I was like, my throat, I'm like, I think I got a cold, right? So he's like, okay. I'm specifically saying that because we did whatever Wednesday. Shit was fine. We was talking or whatever. Friday, I called him. He was calling me the Thursday. Friday, he didn't really call me. And I'm like, Like, let me call him and see what he's doing. It's like 8 o'clock, but I'm kind of like sick and shit, right? And I'm all telling him like, I don't feel good. So he had already known, like, I'm like something Valentine's Day. I'm like, I'm sick. You know what I'm saying? So you don't got to worry about seeing me or nothing. Cause then you ain't really supposed to be fucking around. So he's like, oh, I'm out. And I call him at 8 o'clock. He's like, oh, I'm outside. I'm busy. Da, da, da. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I was just calling to see how you doing, how your day was. I said, you must be outside with one of your females. He started laughing. He's like, nah, I told you I'm single. I got no female. So I'm like, all right, whatever. He's like, I'm gonna hit you back. I said, okay. I wasn't feeling good. I was like, I'm going to sleep. So I text him back like, I'm going to sleep and I don't expect to hear from you, right? So we get into the thing, right? So I go to sleep, right? Mm-hmm. It's the Sabbath, right? You know, I always have my post, blessed Sabbath to the Sabbath keepers, right? Like, I try my best to hold the Sabbath.
Is this leading up to the crash out?
Yes. Okay. So I go to sleep, it's the Sabbath. I send my thing, go to sleep, went to sleep early, woke up 5 o'clock. I seen a missed call from him. I'm like, okay. I said, oh, he called me back, right? I said, I was surprised. So then I seen a voice message. I was like, okay. So I'm like, the shit said an hour, 1:00.
Hour?
1:00. I said, for a whole hour. So I said, what is this? So I said, it's probably like a pocket dial or whatever, right? So I'm listening and I'm like, okay, he usually sometimes he do pocket dialing, but it don't last for an hour, right? So I'm there listening. He's like talking to somebody, whatever, and he got in the car. Then I hear this female's voice and I'm like, oh. I said, that's that bitch voice, because I know her voice, right? I'm like, okay. So then I'm listening and I'm like, oh. I said, they chilling. So I said, I bet this shit's for an hour.
So let me listen. She said, let me get comfortable.
Okay, I went and made a cup of tea. You feel me? I made a cup of tea, rolled me another spliff. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I was just listening to the voicemail. And then there was parts of the voicemail, there was music and shit. You know, you got to speed up or whatever. So then it got to the point where the phone rang. They pre-gaming before they go to Unity, right? So they parked up on the street, right? They're going to Unity and they pre-gaming, right? So her phone rings and it's her baby father. And she's like, shut up, right? So she's talking to him. No, she didn't say that. She gets on the phone and the music is off because I think they was listening on her phone. So she's talking to the baby father and he must have been asking her something about Valentine's Day, whatever, right? So she get off the phone, right? No, sorry. She must have put the baby father on hold, right? And told you, she was like, yo, shut up. You moving around too much. You doing too much. That motherfucker did not move after. I didn't hear another, none of that again, okay? So he was quiet. So she went back on the phone with the baby father. She's talking, whatever. So she gets off the phone. She was like, yo, you was doing too much. She was like, he's like, who's that? He was like, that's and he was like, she was like, yeah. He was like, oh, I'll make that nigga move. So he's in his feelings about her being on the phone with the baby father. So I was like, oh, like I picked up on that. So I got more comfortable, like, okay, so, okay, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm like, okay, listening. So he's like, oh, I'll make that dude move next time he calls something. She was like, he was like, I'll mess up your whole thing. She was like, oh, I could do more. I could do worse. He was like, what you talking about? What you gonna do? She was like, oh, I'll call that on your phone and tell her that we I was like, oh. I said, what? And you know, I don't even know, my phone is a little old school Apple. My finger's so big. I'm like, damn, how you, like, what? I said, nah. So at that point, homegirl done hit screen record. You know how you can record? I said, yeah, because I got to make sure I can go back. I said, let me record these little parts because we got evidence now. So I'm listening. So she's like, yeah, I'm going to tell that girl on your phone about how we fucking or whatever, right? So I'm like, okay, right? So then now, in that whole recording, I think, so she starts talking about the baby father, how so in that whole recording, I don't remember where and what part, because I had did clips. In one of the clips, she was talking about, oh, if a dude is going to deal with me, he got to pay for my. And I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, yeah, she be selling her.
So everything that, basically his denial of not dealing with her was all lies, because the voicemail proved that they were together.
That they had, and we went to Latin Academy. Mm-hmm. ING means present tense. ED is past. The past. Okay? I'm gonna call that phone and call that phone and tell her that we that mean present. Okay? Then there was some other things and she's like, because he told me oh, she sell herself, I don't like her. Then they having a conversation about slut. She's like, so you think I'm a slut? He's like, oh, you don't want me to answer that. And she's like, yeah, let's talk about it. He's like, no, you don't want me to answer. So all these things in my mind, I'm like, so this nigga really is I said, all this time he had been telling me that that's just his friend, right? So I'm mad, right? So again, it's Saturday morning. I already know they went out to Unity. I'm like, they probably went to the after party. So I text him but he's not responding, right? So I'm like, either he's laid up with her or he didn't come in from the after party yet. So my mother texted me, right? So I hopped in my car and I'm driving to the nigga's house, right? Because I'm not waiting around. I got to find out what is going on because I had already been asking you.
Everything in the dark does come to light. Absolutely.
Been asking you. Absolutely, it does. I had already been asking you. And then the shit that got me, right? Who, what, voice message stays recording for a whole hour.
An hour.
And a whole hour. You know, you be in the middle of your shit. Yeah, beep.
And it clicks off.
You be like, damn, okay, I gotta record it, get it, make it small, or whatever you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I said,
But not
a whole hour. I said, if that ain't the spirits. I said, on this Sabbath morning. I said, okay, bitch. I said, I got a green light from God. I'm going to your house.
So wouldn't that be stay home and just block him, not go to his house?
No, because you had been lying to me. I had asked you several times. You could have been honest to me. And I woke up to avoid. I didn't even go digging. I didn't go digging for the information.
Right, it dropped
into my voicemail box. So now I'm going to ask you questions. It's not like I went on Instagram and was searching for the girl. I wasn't doing none of that. I was sleeping in my bed. Try feel better from the cacaw of like taking this, taking that. I'm on look. What the fuck? Nigga, no, fuck that. You fucking with me. I'm sick too, bitch. Nah, I'm coming over there. Fuck that. No. So halfway over there.
I in the past, I've definitely pulled up, but this was in the past, not at 41.
Myself, I said, Shandu, you 40 years old now. I said, you too old for this 40 years old bullshit. That this nigga playing in my face. Fuck that. No.
She said, pull up, don't got no number, no age.
Listen,
I'm pulling up.
As I said, the man did Teklan, right? So I said, all right, Jamaicans, the head is not so good. We know this. It's known. So I said, okay. So halfway there,
I shouldn't be laughing, but I am because I know when the switch clicks in your head and it goes from sane to crazy. It goes
0 to 3 to 5 to 1,000. That's what it do.
It clicks. It just goes.
Okay, so
that light switch, and there's nothing no one can say. There's nothing nobody could do.
He answers the phone all drunk. Hello. Nah. I said, so you're not fucking? Like, no, we just friends. We not fucking. I said, y'all not fucking? I said, all right. I said, you home? He said, yeah. I said, I'm coming right there right now. He said, why? You sound mad. I ain't trying to fight with you or nothing. I ain't trying to argue. I said, I'll be right there. We ain't gonna argue or nothing. I'll be right there.
She said, you're not gonna do nothing.
We just need to talk about something, right? Go down in there. And see, he has his own spot. It's a basement apartment, but at least you got your own spot. You got your own car. You know what I'm saying? You got a little business, whatever. You got shit. You know what I'm saying? So I mess with you because you got certain things, right?
So
we get down into the basement.
We can make it nonfiction real quick, and you could just change the names of the characters.
Oh, okay. Make it nonfiction. Oh, sorry with the names. But listen, it's already on Facebook with the name.
Yes, this is true.
It's already on
her page
Facebook.
Is public.
And my page is public, and I put the ad. I already put it on Facebook. She tagged them. I already did, and I told them that I put it on Facebook. Yeah. While I'm talking to him, he's talking shit to me about okay.
I'm telling you, she wanted to tell her story, so
now
I'm allowing.
I'm driving over there. I go downstairs. He's like just now taking off his clothes. I'm like, so you not fucking? He's like, no. I said, okay. Pulled out the little recorder. My phone was acting stupid in his basement. I said, where's your phone? I said, open up your text message. Play that. I watched his face go from ha 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 this funny to to oh shit, I gotta play this off somehow, right? And so you see how this pole is right here? You know, in the basement, it be round.
Yeah.
So he was standing right next to the pole. And Allie McNeil inside of me said, just elbow that motherfucker. And I said, you're going to go to jail. So I turned around and I said, I'm good with you. I said, I'm not fucking with you. I'm good. And I just turned around and I dipped. The door hit something and some curtain fell. I heard that crash. I said, yeah, I should have did more, but whatever. We trying to heal. And
when you see that visual of you hurting somebody, you have to leave.
That's why I left, because I was going to go to jail.
We too old for jail now.
That's why I had to leave. Right?
I mean, I like orange on my skin and all, but I can't do.
No, I like my freedom. I like to smoke
I like macaroni and cheese.
I like to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good, right? So, go whatever. Go home. He's calling me like, oh, come back. I'm like, nah, I'm not coming back. I was just asking you questions. You was lying in my face. I'm not coming back. You're just going to continue to lie in my face. So I go home, not saying shit, whatever. Then later on, I'm trying to talk about the situation. He's still playing games. Oh, we not whatever. We not. Dog, there's a whole voice recording that says that y'all are. What do you mean that y'all are not? It says she said it. She was gonna call me. I said, okay, you ain't gonna tell me, I'm gonna find the bitch. So I went on Instagram on his page. Listen, I said the God gave me, the ancestors, the spirits gave me. Listen, you know when you get a green light and you start doing shit start connecting, right? I went on the thing, boom, there she go. He go, the bitch right here, easy peasy, you don't even gotta do much work. I said, okay, inbox. So, how long you and this nigga been? Bitch ain't answer. Okay, I'm gonna go to your Instagram. Now it's Facebook, Instagram. How long you and this nigga been? You said you wanted to call the bitch in his phone and tell him that I'm the bitch in his phone, so how long?
All right.
Okay.
Hold on, quick.
Nobody want to answer. So then now,
Shandu, I have questions.
Oh God.
I have questions.
Ooh,
honey.
bringing me back.
Breathe. Inhale 4, exhale from the back of your throat. Breathe.
Okay, go ahead.
So, yes, Javi, you will do all the editing you need to do. Because we have 10 minutes left of the show, I have questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Were you in love with him?
I obviously loved him.
Yes,
I told
because
him several
crash
times
outs
that I
only
loved
happen
him.
when you're in love.
You love the person. I did love him. And the fact that you was telling me all the time about all your business, and now you fucking this bitch, and you say we not together. Why don't you just tell me that you fucking her? Why you want to play with me in my face? And then on top of that, I said to him, yo, my cards told me that somebody was pregnant. He said, yeah, remember how you said somebody was pregnant? Oh yeah, it's T and I'm the father, bitch. I said, that's when I fucking lost it, bitch, and went to Facebook. I said, oh, bitch, you gonna play in my face all of this time? Okay, bitch, I'm Jamaican. You want to play a card? When you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Pokemon, come on, draw a card. Bat, bitch, make your move. Bat, bitch, make your move. Say something else. Keep talking shit, nigga. And then there's a part in there about his boy and her and shit they be doing in the streets. Clip, send it to that nigga. Yeah, I just thought you wanted to know that this is what these bitches was talking about. Then I found his baby mother. I said, yeah, because you trying to hide from her all your business with the child support. Let me tell her, yeah, he own a business. It's a C Corp. Okay? He don't want you to know all the information. You want to draw the motherfucking card? Nigga, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Pikachu, bitch. Pikachu.
Yo.
I crashed out. You see me? I totally crashed out. And so learning, and this is what I was saying.
Listen, I ain't mad at you.
What I take away from it is that I allowed it. I saw the red signs. I knew the red flags. I ignored them. From the time you said, you got a problem with my baby father, I should have left. Even though we communicate and coming back after everything, fuck that. Because I'm worth more. You're not even treating me right. You don't want to go outside with me because you outside with this nasty bitch.
And that's why he was questioning you about who your child's father was, because he was taking people to the after party where your child father was. And he knew your child father would tell you. Now listening and putting everything together, it's like, yo.
Narcissism?
Girl.
Is that not and then he's a covert narcissism because you're not really overt, like just in your face with it. You know what I'm saying? You like acting like you care, but you don't care about nobody but yourself. That's part of the narcissism
as well too. They pretend.
You don't care about nobody but yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what happened with the crash out.
Did you feel better?
I felt so much better because you know why? Normally when I go through little traumas like that, I retreat into my shell and I get not depressed, but I get quiet and I don't want to be outside and shit like that. And I said, nah, I'm not making myself small for nobody again. Fuck that. Blah, I'm screaming because that's a part of healing. That's a part of shadow work. And I said, I'm not going to get quiet. I tried writing in my journal. Fuck that. I tried the voice note. Yeah, because no, nigga, going on the Facebook and putting out all that information made me feel so much better.
That's all that matters.
So much better.
That's all that matters to me is that you feel better, baby.
You know, I always been self-love.
Can I give you a hug?
Yes, girl. Thank you.
I've definitely survived a narcissist as well, so I can only imagine what you've been through.
I love me.
You have to love yourself more.
Listen.
You have to love yourself more than anything that's going on in the world. Once you realize the value within yourself, and once you realize and stop pouring that love back into yourself, you won't deal with any and anything. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy that you were able to find that within yourself. I'm happy that you were able to find the strength to walk away, because being stigmatized is a real thing.
It was God, because clearly I did not have the strength. If the ancestors did not come through with that message, I don't know what I would probably still be.
You would still be there going back and forth.
I probably would still be shippity because I wouldn't know. And because I know,
When you know better, you do better.
Sharing with that. Maybe if it was a nice girl, maybe we could have been sister wives. But
also, you would have been open to it if she was pretty.
Maybe because I don't like to share.
Okay.
But maybe for a little bit, I would have been like, okay, until I'm like, fuck this shit.
Y'all would have been like,
I'm
Neo.
better than this. Because self-love.
Yeah.
I'm going to realize I'm better than this and leave it alone. You go ahead with that because I'm not in no competition with nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, she ain't even... No.
Well, I'm definitely sorry that you went through that.
Me too, but I'm
sorry that
happy
this was your
I
experience.
did, actually, because
those can be blessings and curses at the same time. Because although you did go through it, it was painful, it was hurtful, you learned a lot. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to do it again. And when you see these things happening where someone is using, their ego driven, you're going to remember these things and, be able to reflect on the behavior.
It on Facebook because the people, take it. I'm not taking shit down.
Because I definitely was one of those people. I was like, baby, don't do this.
I said, no, I'm not.
I said, from love. I said, baby, take this down.
I usually
don't
erase the painful things. And then so I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? Like I erase all the memories. I erase the pictures. But
this one you want to make sure you remember.
Everything. So you kind of forget. I said, no. This one because this one really
right,
stung.
because if you forget, that's when you're going to go back.
So now we're leaving all of this up.
I wholeheartedly understand.
Leave it all up. We're going to remember this one. Thank you. I appreciate you.
I do. I definitely appreciate you.
I hope somebody learned from this.
They will. We all have learned from this. I've learned. We've all learned, hopefully, from this.
Love yourself above all things, and do not abandon yourself. Don't be selling yourself out for the illusion of being with someone or of love. This it's not even real.
Right.
It's not.
Right. Do you have any shout outs you want to give before we close out the show?
Father God, my ancestors, my Ori, you, brother over here, Harvey.
Yep. You remember, yes. Good job.
Javier, that's what I was like, it's not Javier. My kids, Sacred Changes, right? We got to big up Sacred Changes. What else? I don't know. Myself.
Hey, I'm here for that. Why'd you put yourself last? You should have put yourself first.
See what I'm saying?
But I understand. That is the thing that we as humans
humble. Do. Not kinda. I am very humble,
and there's nothing
I'm
wrong with that at all. But sometimes it's okay to be not.
I don't know, but I'm a humble person still, so we're gonna work on it.
And I appreciate you for coming and being transparent and telling your story because you did not have to. And just for my shout outs to everyone that watched, everyone that's listening, make sure that you are following us on more than one platform so you can get all the content at all times. Peace, love, and light. Make sure you're at the live at Spark FM May 31st from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tickets go on sale March 15th. So make sure you get your ticket. The first 5 tickets will be $20 because it's our 5th year, guys. 5th year.
Don't forget
so again,
Trap Yoga.
Trap Yoga also. But peace, love, and light. See you next week, Wednesday.